So my beautiful crochet friends, I'm so excited to share with you how to make these beautiful women's slippers at home. Please do not forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, because on this channel I teach simple crochet DIYs and recycling tutorials. So without further ado, let's get started. So the materials you are going to need includes a shoe sole. I'm using size 41, marco, leather, crochet hook, a scissors, knitting thread, and the accessory to add beauty to the slippers. So I'm going to start by tying a knot. And we'll make 34 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make up to 34 and we'll meet at the end. So I have 34 chains on my hook now. So we're going to make single crochet through all the chains. I will be picking from the down loop, from this loop. So you insert and make one single crochet. So you keep repeating the same thing to the end of the chains. So at the end you are going to chain 1 and turn. Now we are going to do the long single crochet. We just did ordinary single crochet on this first row. On the second row we are going to do the long single crochet. So you are going to be inserting your crochet hook down here, inside these loops. Down is where you'll be inserting your crochet hook. So you insert, yarn over and pull through the two. Come to the next place, insert, yarn over and pull through two. So you are going to keep repeating the same thing to the end of the row. So keep repeating the same thing to the end of the row. We are going to meet at the end. So after the second row of long single crochet, you will chain 1 and turn. Now we are going to be increasing the edges, that's the beginning and the end of the rows, until we finish. The increase is to allow it give a little allowance by this side. So we'll make 2 single crochet at the beginning. So you make 1 and 2. Then keep making 1 in each of the loop. At the end will increase again. On the last loop, we are going to repeat 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. Make a chain of 1 and turn. So we are going to do the long single crochet again. Since we make 2 single crochet here before we turn. In the long single crochet, we are still going to make 2 in the same spot. 1, 2. Then keep making 1 1 in the remaining spaces. These are the places you keep inserting your hook. At the end, we are still going to repeat the same increase. So keep repeating the same. We are going to meet at the end. So at the end, we are going to do 2 single crochet, the long single crochet in the same spot. So you chain 1 and turn again. Make 2 again in the beginning, 1 and 2. Then keep making 1 single crochet to the end of the row. So at the end, always remember to make the increase in the last loop. Make a chain of 1 and turn. Now we are going to do the long single crochet. So in the beginning, make the increase 1, 2 in the same spot. Then keep repeating 1 single crochet to the end of the row. At the end, make the increase. So at the end, do not forget to increase by making 2 long single crochet in the same spot. After that, chain 1 and turn. In making the single crochet, increase again, make 1 and 2. Then you repeat single crochet through all the loops to the end. At the end, remember to make the increase again. 1, 2. In the same spot, make chain 1 and turn. So now we're going to make the long single crochet. Insert, make 1 long single crochet 1, insert, make 1 long single crochet 2. Then you start making 1 long single crochet in all the chains. When you get to the end, you make an increase again. So friends, at the end of each row, do not forget to make the increase by making 2 long single crochet in the same space, chain 1 and turn. So basically we are going to repeat the same process to the end. You keep increasing when you are doing the single crochet and when you are doing the long single crochet at the end and at the beginning of each row. So on this leg of the slippers, I have up to 11 rows like this. So we have done up to 4 rows, 1 2 3 4. So we are left with 7 rows to go. So please, you are going to keep repeating the same thing until you complete the remaining 7 rows. I will do that off camera and When I'm done, I will come back so we can continue. Yeah, so as you can see, I've completed the remaining 7 rows, making 11 rows. So I'm still going to knit this part a bit. Make a chain 1 and turn. You'll just be making 1 single crochet through all the loops. So this is the 3rd row. At the end, make slip stitch and cut off. So we make 3 rows here. You are going to turn and make 3 rows on this side too. Repeat the same thing just as we did here. So as you can see, I've increased the sides by 3 rows so that when we're lasting, it will last very well. I'm going to show you how to make this one that hold this chain here. So I'm going to make a slip stitch and make 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then you make single crochet in all the chains, the 4 chains. Make chain 1 and turn. So you're going to keep making 1 single crochet. In the 4 loops, in the 4th loop here, make 1 single crochet, chain 1 and turn. So you are going to keep repeating the same thing until you have 18 rows. So this is the 3rd row, chain 1, 4th row, chain 1, 5th row, chain 1. So you keep repeating the same thing until you have a total of 18 rows. I'm going to meet you when you are done with your 18 rows. So here is it. I ended up doing 20 rows. So the next thing we are going to do is to make our insole. This one and the one I paste on top. You grab your marker and the shoe sole, place it on the marker. Place the shoe sole on the marker. I hope you can see this line. Do not mark from here, but from the inner side. Mark it round from the inner side. So after tracing the inner line, carry your scissors and carefully cut. So you can see it. When you place it on the sole, it's exactly what you want. Since we are not going to need this one, so we do not need to leave any space open. And you can see the reason why I press it down is to cut it so I can reduce this side. That's why I said mark it from the inner line. So the inner line will automatically cut off this little space that is here. So after I cut out this marco, I use it to cut out a paper template. Just exactly the same thing with the size of the marco. And I cut the paper template in two. I now place the second paper on top of the first one and mark out ½ centimeter. I mark out ½ centimeter from here to this side and then cut it out. Then I cut out 3 inches. I cut out 3 inches from the tongue. So the next thing is to place it on top of the leather and mark it out with your pen. After marking it, you cut it out. So I'm going to apply a little glue by this side. So I've applied glue by the edges. We are going to let it sit and dry for a while, and then we'll come back and fold it. So we're going to put glue on the marco and the leather that I'm going to use. This leather here. And I want you to take note of something. Don't just put the marco anyhow. First of all, check it. This part will be on top. You can just put a sign. This is where will be on top and this is the down. And yes, okay, you're going to mark where you will put glue. So you're going to leave a space of about 1 inch to enable you fold it later on. So we are going to let the both dry before we come and join it together. So now that it has dry, we are going to put it on top of the leather like this. I'm still going to add glue to enable us fold it. So now that it's a bit dry, we are going to fold it. You have to make sure that you fold this front part carefully. Yeah guys, so after folding it neatly like this, if you have a filing machine, you can use it to file the bag. But since I don't have, I'm going to use my razor blade and cut it. Yeah, so I folded it and I cut the excess ruffle behind. And the inner one, I also folded it after applying glue to it. So I'm going to use my It's my 4mm punch and punch it round. Yeah, so if you have a sewing machine, you can just use it to sew round, but I'm going to use needle and thread and sew with hand, so that is why I punch it. So now you're going to put it in the next punch hole. You insert the needle in the next punch hole, pull through, then take it back to the first place. Insert in front, take it back, insert in front, take it back, insert in front, take it back. So you repeat the same thing until you come back to this side. So I've just finished sewing it with hand. So you are going to place it like this on the insole, and use your pen, mark it round. So this place that we just marked is where we are going to apply glue. So you apply glue also on this side, and then we'll come and place it on the exact spot where we mark. As you're applying the glue, you have to be careful so that it do not touch these edges that you don't want to apply glue. So while we're waiting for this one to dry, we'll keep it aside. So you're going to bring this, put it this way, carry this strap and insert it from here. Fold it, and it's going to be like this. Put the other one. So this side is going to be, you're going to use your needle, insert from here, and tag it down. So you can just work the needle from behind to the other side. So you insert the needle from behind to attach this one. So yeah, I've finished attaching it together. So now that our glue is dried, we are going to carry it, and you can hammer it a bit. So you are going to carry the insole and place it on this side of the shoe like this. And then mark where you're going to place your mark where you will last it. We are going to apply glue within this range. We're also going to apply glue at the tip. Okay, now that the glue is dried, we are going to put our shoe last. Carry the top. At exactly where you mark. Yeah, so after we've last it, we are going to apply glue here and apply glue on the sole before we join the two together. So now that the glue is dried, we are going to carry it so you can just use your mallet and hammer it. So my friends, at the end, this is how the slippers came out. It's looking so simple and beautiful. Please, if you love this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment for me down below. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my new videos. So thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.